Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a super simple edit that can instantly make your writing more powerful, more persuasive, and way more professional. And the best part, it all comes down to changing just one kind of word.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever written something, a paper, an email, whatever, and you just felt like it lacked that punch? Your ideas were solid, your research was there, but the writing itself just felt kind of flat? Well, what if I told you the weakness is often hiding in plain sight, in the most common words you use every single day? The surprising culprit is, believe it or not, often hiding right there in the open. We're talking about the common verbs we all use on autopilot. They're the workhorses of our language. But let's be honest, sometimes they're just not strong enough for the job. And here they are, the usual suspects. Verbs like shows, says, is, and gets. Now, let's be super clear. There's nothing grammatically wrong with these words. But when you're trying to build a really strong argument, they can be pretty vague, kind of passive. They don't really deliver the impact you're going for. They just exist. They don't act.
So why does swapping out just one word matter so much? It seems like such a tiny detail, right? But the effect is absolutely huge. It's because verbs are the engines of your sentences. They're what provides the action, the energy, and all the forward momentum.
What's really fascinating here is the psychology behind it. Choosing a precise verb isn't about stuffing your writing with big words to sound smart. Not at all. It's about signaling to your reader that you have a deep, nuanced command of your topic. It's a subtle way to build your credibility, right from the very first sentence.
And this is the payoff. You get precision, so your reader knows exactly what you mean. That precision projects authority, which makes your claims sound way more definitive and confident. It all adds up to clearer, more impactful writing. Honestly, this is one of the fastest ways to upgrade your writing from just passive observation to an active, persuasive argument. Okay, so we've identified the problem, we've seen the potential, now for the fun part, the solution. I'm going to give you a really simple framework and a toolkit that you can start using, right now, to upgrade your verbs.
It's a really straightforward four-step process. First up, identify. Go on a hunt for those common weak verbs. Second, consider. Just pause for a second and ask yourself, what am I really trying to say here, right? Is this study just showing something, or is it maybe revealing it for the first time? Third, brainstorm a few stronger options. And finally, select the one that really enhances the meaning of your sentence.
And here it is, the core of that toolkit. This is a fantastic starting point. So instead of shows, you could use illustrates or elucidates. Instead of that generic says, why not argues, asserts, or contends? You see how each one of these alternatives carries its own specific shade of meaning? This gives you so much more control over your tone and your message. Okay, let's put this into practice. Theory is great, but seeing the transformation for yourself, that's where it really clicks. We're going to watch these principles turn some pretty mediocre sentences into sharp, impactful statements. All right, take a look at this first one. The study shows a link. Okay, fine, it's correct, but the study illuminates a link? Wow, that is so much better. Illuminates suggests that it's bringing new light to something that was maybe misunderstood before. It implies discovery and insight, not just a simple presentation. Here's another classic. The author says is totally neutral, almost boring. But the author contends? That immediately puts them in a position of making an argument. It implies they're defending a position, maybe against some opposition. It adds this sense of intellectual drama that says just can't even touch. And finally, we've got the verb to be, the most common and often the most lifeless verb of them all. The result is a breakthrough is a simple statement of fact, but the result constitutes a breakthrough does so much more work. It implies that this result actually defines what a breakthrough is in this context. It's more formal, it's more definitive, and it carries so much more weight. So after all that, what's the main takeaway here? What's the one thing you should really remember from all of this? It's this. Focusing on your verbs isn't just about sounding fancy. It's a fundamental shift in how you actually build your arguments. By consciously choosing your verbs, you are strengthening the very core of every single sentence you write. It is truly one of the highest impact edits you can possibly make. So now, the challenge is yours. Go ahead, pull up the last thing you wrote, find one of those common, kind of weak verbs, and ask yourself this question. Find a better, more precise, more powerful alternative.
That one small change, that's your first step to a whole new level of writing.